Namaste, Pranam, Shubhodai, Mangal Prabhat, Good morning, Holy Spirit. Adhavar say, Assalamu alaikum, MashaAllah, Inshallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Malik, Paramatma, Parabrahma, Kaivalya, Purusha. Mukam karoti sadhunam mukam karoti rishinam mukam karoti muninam mukam karoti gurunam mukam karoti yoginam mukam karoti vachalam tatvakpadhan padma padukan Hrudayantara bhavaye manasantara bhavaye vidurakala pratakala brahmakala sandhyakala arunakala ushakala udayakala tatpranamami tatpratarnamami tatpujayami namaskaromi. Without remembering all those great rishis, all those saints, munis, rishis, sadhus, you should know the difference. Who is called a sadhu? Why is called a sadhu? Sarve bhuta hiteratan sadhu. The difference of rishi, muni, different classification based on their places of dwelling. Understand? And the way of their teaching, each one of them. Teaching methodology is different. So thereby we classify them. Understand? Sadhus, rishis, munis, जो माउंट साक्षात्कार कर लिया अंतर जगत की, the one who has silenced the world inside, experienced the absolute silence, is called Mauni, is called Muni. Like Patanjali is called Muni, isn't it? Yogi, all, and those who decided to are the one who has sacrificed life, the one who connects to the Allah, Holy Spirit, who connects to that Purusha, pure, absolute purity, singularity, the world beyond duality, entropy, Prakriti. You call Parabrahma, Paramatma, Purusha, Kaivalya, or Vimukti, different vocabulary we use. The one who connects, the one who experienced it, that zeroth octave sound, silence. The one who experienced the silence from where the sound is originated. The one who is sitting near to him, listening to him, he is called Upanishad. He is called Upanishad. Shishya name, the disciple name, the student name is called Upanishad. Do you know that? ये वेदांत बोलते हैं, वेदांग की जो संक्षिप्त भाव हैं, जो आत्मविमुक्ति की जो विचारण होते हैं, जो साधना होते हैं, the self-realization, self-actualization, or the summa bonum of all the Vedas, what we call as Vedanta. The other name of it is called Upanishad. Upanishad, a student name, a soul seeker name, a spiritual aspirant name is called as a Upanishad. The one who sits near to the Guru, and the one whose ears are open. Shunayam Deva Bhadram Karne Bhi. Every Vedic ritual, every Vedas begin with this. May my ears open, may my ears be protected to hear that sound that can remove the pain. Yama. Shunayam Deva. May I find my God, my Lord, who has experienced that silence, from whose sound will transform me, whose sound will change me. May I be fortunate to hear that sound, so that is the purpose of born as a human. Understand? Without remembering all those sacred sacrifices for thousands and millennia, yoga is a timeless journey. Anadi. What is Sanatana dharma? It is a never-ending story. It has no beginning. It has no ending. It is an absolute science that always prevails. When all it began, you can't say. Understand? If you refer to our Panchanga, the Hindu calendar, whether you follow the northern calendar, southern calendar, or whether you follow Tibetan calendar, it talks which Mahakalpa, which Kalpa, which Manvantara. Nowhere in the world time is reckoned like that. The time is worshipped. Timelessness is worshipped. To experience timelessness, time is worshipped in India. Only temples that prevailed before 8th century in India were all the temples of time and space, called Samai temples. Samai temples. In the north, you know how famous. In Himalayas, Pahad region, in the forest area, the Samai temples, where you will find infinite number of hanging brass bells. The ladies' innocence, wishing something their God. इनकी मनोवांछा कामयाब होने के लिए नॉर्थ में जो हिमालयास में जो टेम्पल्स रहते हैं वो समाई टेम्पल्स जो होते हैं जहाँ ऐसा पूरा हैंग करते हैं, हर एक मनोवांछा कामयाब होने के लिए 1 घंटा लगाते हैं। कभी देखे पहाड़ रीजन के कल्चर अलग है, हिमालय रीजन के कल्चर अलग है, हिमालयास। और जहाँ आलय होते हैं, सहज आलय होते हैं, वो गोम्पा बोलते हैं, मोनास्ट्रीज बोलते हैं, वो डिजर्ट बोलते हैं। हम लोग सन्यासी जब भी होते हैं वो पहाड़, फॉरेस्ट, उसके बाद हिमालय, वो 4000 मीटर, 5000 मीटर जो आइस की होते हैं, पहाड़ होते हैं, all those ice peaks when you cross, you will come across at 3,000 meters to 4,000 meters height. Desert, where survival is only by glacier waters. Entire winter is closed in ice. सन्यासी जब होते हैं जो संन्यावशीकार करने के लिए जो गए हैं, दृष्टानुश्रविक विषय वितृष्णस्य वशीकारं वैराग्यं, विरागी बैरागी सन्यासी जो संन्य को वशीकरण किए हैं, जो बुद्धि को, जो है ना बहुत मुश्किल है, जो वशीकरण किया है, इनकी बुद्धि बदल गया, स्वभाव बदल गया। जब वो वैराग्य बोलते हैं, बहुत इजी है, वेरी इजी। दृष्टानुश्रविक विषय वितृष्णस्य, to develop a vairagya toward the sensitive objects, just if you know the pramana, what is the standard, your vairagya will automatically come, your detachment will automatically come towards the sense doors. But the most difficult is apna buddhi, our intellect, our mind which processes the data, the way thinking mind, mind of intellect, a mind of cleverness, mind of perception, that is which is difficult. The one who conquered it, the one who changed the delusion, perception is a delusion, vipariya, avidya, ignorance. Understand? The one who has changed it, transformed it. जिनकी बुद्धि स्वभाव बदल गया है, इनको बोलते हैं राग विराग। इनकी केमिस्ट्री पैदा होना, रसायन, सो जो जी रहा है रसायन की एक बानिस बन के, एक स्लेव बन के, गुलाम बन के, जो जीवन होता है, टेस्ट की जो जीवन होता है, मुसीबत होता है, एक गुलाम होते हैं जो इंद्रिय के लालच में जो होते हैं। जो मालिक बन गया, अल्लाह वो मालिक बोलते हैं। अल्लाह तो कैसे भी मालिक है। आप मालिक बन गए क्या? आप मालिक बन गए क्या? As long as someone decides our happiness, as long as something else, an environment, a situation, a event, a person decides our happiness, a cup of coffee decides our happiness, a word of a person will decide our happiness. Malik kaise bane? How you have become a master? When a small cup of a coffee will decide your happiness, or a word of someone will decide your happiness, that vulnerable and weak we are. And then we say, I'm the master. When your happiness is dependent on others' situations, you are called a slave. Understand? That's called a vulnerability. When your happiness is not affected by anything, when your breath is not affected by anything, when no one can affect your breath, no environment can affect your breath, means it's not affecting your heart. It's not affecting your EEG, your ECG, your breath pattern. When no one, nothing affects. Alters your breath. No one alters your heart. No one can raise it. No one can create fluctuations in your EEG, an abnormal short circuit of neurons, wasting energy, electricity wasted in every negative emotion, in every reaction, in every excitement. Nothing but we are killing our neurons. We are killing the elasticity of, plasticity of neurons. Mind elasticity, neuroplasticity gets affected. When you say pranayama, what this breath will indicate, it will indicate everything. That's your life. Understand? That's your life. You know, why it's called सूक्ष्म? सूक्ष्म शरीर, प्राणमय कोशा जो होता है, सूक्ष्म शरीर बोलते हैं, जो आंख को विजिबल नहीं है, दिखते नहीं है, मगर आपकी जो करेंसी है, आपकी जो एटीएम है, आपके बैंक में अमाउंट है, कितना कॉन्फिडेंस होते हैं. You have, in your bank full of money, and everywhere ATMs. So then what a confidence you will have to travel anywhere in the world. Just insert a card, you will get the money. Anytime money. Anytime money. But anytime money, only when you have a money. Anytime money will not make you happy, my dear. But anytime prana, anytime ATP, anytime ATP, anytime ATP, anytime cash. Your ATP is your cash on hand. Cash on hand. You don't even have to insert a card. Any time cash on your hand is called ATP. Any time positive. ATP is any time positive. Or a adenosine triphosphate or a diamonophosphate or when you call AMP, etc. I'm not talking about, yes, other day I discussed about energy pathways, creatine phosphate mechanisms, anaerobic pathways, glycogen mechanisms, fight and flight mechanisms of energy, anaerobic mechanisms, prana mechanisms of aerobic pathways of generating ATP based, prana based energy system. Understand. जो भी होते हैं, any time positiveness. What a yogi is all, any time positive. Any time positive. Doesn't matter what kind of terrain, what kind of terrific weather, what kind of event, what kind of musibat, what kind of difficulty, what kind of event in the life. A Lama always in smile in Himal, in a terrific weather, in the most dreaded terrain. They are called blade runners. All in the winter, ice slides, so slippery. But their life is on the ice. It's all, Now, it is the rainy season began in India. It's called Ashad. Shadow, Ashad. Now all monks, they go into monasteries, they go into caves for meditation. ये बाहर घूमने की महीना नहीं है. आषाढ़ मासो जो होते हैं. This month in India, no one touches non-vegetarian. No one eats non-vegetarian. Eggs are not sold at all. Market will be down. Egg price will be down. Chicken price will be down. Meat price will be down. Fish price will be down. क्यों? ये आषाढ़ होते हैं. All girls go to their mother's places, especially newly married. They can't stay. They are not supposed to stay with the husband. They are not supposed to stay with in-laws. All monks, all yogis go into the caves, leaving their places for their home, to connect for their home, for home, Holy Spirit. परमात्मा कैवल्य प्राप्त करने के लिए, विरागी बनने के लिए पूरा दुनिया छोड़ के कहाँ जाते हैं? ये गुह में जाते हैं. गुह्यम. ये कूटी में जाते हैं. This is the season. Why? Because in Himalayas, every day you can see today, every day you can read now in the newspapers, all avalanches, all the roads where, when, all the flash floods, the season of flash floods, season of avalanches, season of getting blocked everywhere in Himalayas, entire region of Himalayas. Now, entire Pahad region, forest area, flash floods. इसीलिए, that's why our ancestors, so they have decided the periods. बाहर नहीं आना, बाहर नहीं जाना. This is not the month to go out. If you go, you get stranded, you may get killed. Not only that, full of viruses. You now, all flies, in India, now the fly season will begin. All flies pregnant now. All flies now, larvae, egg larvae season. One fly gives dozens of flies. Now it is a breeding season for them. Understand? इसीलिए that's why it is not a season to buy anything. It is not a food, so fast food, a footpath food consuming season nahi hai. This is not a season to consume any footpath food. Those full of eggs, larvae, that fly, आप मज़ा में गपचुप खाते हो, पर अंदर क्या हो रहा है, अंदर क्या जा रहा है, ये सीज़न नहीं है, ये महीना नहीं है. This is not the month for street food. Understand? This is not the month for a girls to go out. कौन सा ज़माने में है गुरुजी? Understand? That's what Sanskrit is all about. Sanskriti, this absolute science, is always in India, never read in the books. It is always lived in India. That's our lifestyle. In which season, what, which food, you are supposed to eat, what we are supposed to do, in which season, on which day, what to do. आज नवमी है, पूरी जगन्नाथ रथ यात्रा देखे हैं, 3 लोग मर गए हैं. आजकल भक्ति ज़्यादा हो रहा है क्योंकि टीवी के ड्रामा ज़्यादा हो गया है ना. आज नवमी है, 9th डे है. अनेक तरह का नवरात्रि रहते हैं. एक महोन्नत नवरात्रि की एक नवमी है आज का दिन, शुक्ल पक्ष नवमी है. बहुत विशिष्ट होता है. स्कंदर षष्ठी और पंचमी का दिन मेरा पहला टॉक हुआ है. आज जो होता है, टुडे इज द ऑस्पिशियस नवमी डे, द डे ऑफ विजडम, द डे ऑफ samai, the day of entropy, the day of celebrated as femininity, the day of Durga, the day of Lalita Tripura Sundari, day of Lakshmi. In India, female is worshipped. So depending on her mood, depending on her emotion, whatever the emotion a woman exhibits, we have to respect. Her emotion of anger, because she is concerned about us. Her anger is not about herself. Her anger is about the children. Her anguish is about the children. Her anger and anguish is about the husband. Her anger is about the parents, about their welfare. So, Kali bante hain. काली माता बनते हैं. अम्मा, अम्बा, जगदम्बा, अम्मा, काली माता कृपा करे. अम्मा, जब भी आपकी घर वाली क्रोध होते हैं, अम्मा, साक्षात शिव ने वहां जब काली माता तारकासुर को मारने के लिए जो उग्र रूप ने आया है, साक्षात शिव भगवान भी परेशान हो गया. फिर वो बच्चा हो गया, बच्चा हो के उधर गिर गया. इनकी जो है ना पांव के पास, मालूम है, जब इनकी जो ईस्ट्रोजन है, जो प्यार के हार्मोन हैं, वो बच्चे को देखते शिव भगवान ने बच्चे बन गए. शिव हैज बिकम ए चाइल्ड. looking at the child, her estrogen activated. Estrogen is love हार्मोन. शांत हो गए. जब वो है ना अन्नपूर्णेश्वरी बन गए, राजराजेश्वरी बन गए, माता बन गए. जब माता बनते हैं तो वो तो खिलाने वाला होता है. When she is अष्टलक्ष्मी. हम क्या है, हम जो भी कमाते हैं इनके हाथ में लगाना है. All management, 8 kinds of financial management. Ladies meant for अष्टलक्ष्मी है वो घर में. वही हर एक है, वही विजडम है. वो होश में रहते हैं हमेशा. पुरुष लोग हमेशा जोश में रहते हैं. जोश में होश खो जाता है जी. टेस्टोस्टेरोन होता है, जोश की हार्मोन होता है, वो होश नहीं रहते हैं. आजकल लड़के लोग भी ये जोश का पीछे जा रहा है. हाँ, जिम को जाके टेस्टोस्टेरोन परेशानी की बात है, बहुत परेशानी की बात है. बिकॉज you never understood what a controlling hormone that you are playing with. A master, a android hormone, androgen hormone, a master anti-aging hormone. For the females, all that anti-aging hormone is estrogen. For the men, it is all testosterone. How carefully we need to nurture it. We have to use it for handling the stress. We have to use it for growth. We have to use it for anti-aging. We have to use it for to be a Purusha, to protect the world, to protect everyone. Readiness to sacrifice. A hormone of concentration, a hormone of focus. That's what testosterone is all about. Estrogen is not a aggressive hormone. Estrogen is a प्यार के हार्मोन होते हैं, love hormone it is. It is designed to take care of a progeny. Love is a character of a estrogen. You read basic chemistry. So what nurtures estrogen? What kind of exercise? What kind of breathing? What kind of yoga? What kind of kriyas? For a woman. अरे जो आसन नहीं करना है सो ये जो है ना लड़की है, ये आसन नहीं करने का है. ये जो है ना मर्द की होता है, ये जो पुरुष की आसन होता है, ये लेडीज की नहीं होता है. नहीं, वो ऐसा तरीका नहीं है, ऐसा नहीं करने का है. This is not the way to exercise for a girl, This is not the posture meant for a girl, Oh, this posture is meant for a boy. Based on what? Is it a gender racism? Linga alinga beda. It is to go beyond. Forget about a life prani, a living being of gender. It is going beyond. Even worshipping every element as a living being. Sarvam kalvidam Brahma. Worshipping every element in gratitude, going beyond any judgment. It is only in gratitude, linga alinga beda, the one who goes beyond. This is only a matter, what is the value of it? It is only a mobile phone, it is only a car, so it has no life at all. Now, a human is evolved. It is to respect wherever the consciousness is there. Everything has its consciousness. If you take care of your mobile, it will serve you. It will never give you the trouble. If you take care of your car, it will serve you. It will take care of you. If you love, if you care, automatically that's the same boomerangs upon us. The same thing. You will never have trouble in the life if you respect those elements. Namaste Prudhivi, Namaste Apo, Namaste Tejo, Namaste Vayo, Namaste Akasam. Every element in Vedas is worshipped. Every element. A high entropy to lower entropy, every element is worshipped. Because our life is, after all, these elements feed us. If there is no solid element, if there is no food, if there is no liquid, if there is no water, can you survive? Without air, without fire, because of CO2, we survive. We are made with the same elements. We are fed by the same elements. How incredibly grateful we have to be to these elements. Understand? Everything, Namo Brahmane Tvamevam Brahmasi Tvamevam Pratchaksham Brahmasi. Understand? Everything has a consciousness. Everything that has a consciousness is helping you to survive. It is helping you, it is sacrificing its life for you. Earth element, water element, they are not charging us anything. Air element, fire element, CO2, that nurtures the life on this planet. Fire element. Everything is evolved, every species evolved to nurture us. For this human to survive, for this human to achieve what he meant to achieve, for him to become a good person, for him to, a human, to lead a life of the humanity, leaving pravritti, nature of the animal, reptilian. He is evolved to be a human, to have a humanity, to practice humanity. Human qualities, humanity qualities, unconditional love, compassion for everyone, unconditional love for everyone. Appreciative of everything around you, whatever we are blessed with. Contentedness. And not being perfectly balanced, only to smile. That's what human evolution is all about. And everything and sacrificed its part for us. That's what a theory of evolution is all about. How come we don't acknowledge? How come we feel a pride? What you are? Have you done? Have you made our plate in which we eat? Have you produced any vegetables or any ingredient, any grain in that plate? Have you made your cloth? Have you made your button? Have you made your mobile phone? Have you made your laptop? Whatever you are wearing, whatever you are using, whatever you are eating, have you made it? Then what for you are great? Why that aham? Why that ego? Why are you finding that happiness in your ego? What a foolishness! What ignorance! The truth is this. So many beings behind, morning to evening for our survival. So many beings. Rattindeva Matandiko, 24/7. Sacrifices. That we survive. What I am. What I am capable of. Without any of this, can I survive? Understand. Very simple to understand. Vedas or yoga is not big. Anyway, coming to the topic, Pranayama. As I told you, our lungs. Pranayama. What is prana? Om pranaya swaha, om apanaya swaha, om samanaya swaha, om udhanaya swaha, sarvam vyaptitam vyanaya swaha. These are the main 5 pranas we talk about. 5 pranas we talk about. We only one inhalation, one oxygen supply system. But there are so many pranas we are talking about. 11 kinds of the pranas we talk. Upavayus, pradhanavayus, main air elements. Main air elements belonging to located in your excretory system, and then in your reproductive and urinary system, excretory system where solid element is there, the air element over there, and we are referring to the air element of reproductive system and urinary system, liquid element where the liquid element is situated, and we are talking about fire element, whether you are using fire element for below or for above. So fire element, are you increasing the fire element or are you decreasing the fire element, or what for you are using the fire element? Is it to put out the fire you are using or to increase the fire you are using? A fire of a desire, a fire of a stress. And your element of air, that is your cranial nervous system, that is controlling nervous system, and an air element all pervading everywhere. In every cell, CO2 is generated. In every cell has to be purified. Volatile organic compounds, VOCs, thousands of VOCs are produced in every cell. All those VOCs, volatile organic compounds, have to be completely expelled out. It is not simply CO2. You know that. Your breath is an indicator of everything. There is a Oxford University carried, they found a diagnostics method in a chromatography. They analyzed our expiratory breath. Expiratory breath means our exhalation. When they checked whatever is coming out from here on a chromatography, a high performance thin layered chromatography, when they examined, so they could only, because it depends on how many standards, how many compounds you use it for a chromatography to standardize it. So they used more than 350 parameters, chemicals. All those 350 parameters, they have our exhalation called volatile organic compounds, so they have checked. And they've amazed to see that your past disease, your present disease, and your future disease, your past history of the health, your present history of the health, and future history of the health, every marker is there in that. Your breath is everything. Sarvam vyaptitam vyanaya swaha. All these prana systems in you, are they healthy? Is your apana system is healthy? Is your samana system is healthy? Is your excretory and reproductive and urinary systems and their bacteria there, and are they healthy? Is there any resistance over there? Are they consuming oxygen unnecessarily? Where your prana is going unnecessarily? Is your prana going there? Wasted there? My God. Have you read a book called Death, Art of Death, Science of Death in Tibet? Have you heard? So they send the soul after आदमी मरने के बाद इनके आत्मा को स्वर्ग को कैसे पहुंचना? नवद्वारे अंतपुरे there are the 9 gateways for this kingdom of heaven. For this kingdom of heaven, there are the 9 gateways. When we leave the body, from where the prana is going, from which hole prana is going, that will decide where we go to the hell, where we go to the heaven, or beyond. From where your prana is going, from where prana goes, where your prana is going. Okay, you are supposed to consume 1.5 liters, you are supposed to consume 3 liters, you are supposed to consume 5 liters, but our consumption is very high. Where it is going? For an athlete running, where it is going? For him, performance, limitation is prana. For any athlete, for any sprinter, for any athlete, what is limitation? Limitation is oxygen. Is working muscles. So, working muscles consume more prana. Simple. The areas which are working, which are used, which are more used, consume more prana. You are using more brain now, so your brain consumes more prana. So, that is number 1. Okay, every disease showing that consuming prana. So, any organ, your pancreas not working, your liver not working, your heart not working, your excretory system not healthy, आपके माला मूत्र विसर्जन व्यवस्था जो है ठीक नहीं है, your urinary system is not healthy, your reproductive system is not healthy, means what? They consume prana. ये जीवांत में, so at the end of the life, so the unhealthy systems, so which are where your system is consuming more prana, so there the prana is drawn, so prana goes from there. So if the prana leaves from the lower centers, that's called a hell, that's called a death. At the time of the death, from which hole your prana is leaving, that will decide heaven or a hell, or a beyond. Prana will leave where it is consumed. Suppose all the systems are healthy, all your systems are healthy. Om Samanaya Swaha, by Samana. Om Apanaya Swaha. My excretory system is very robust, healthy. It is not consuming, burnt, swaha, burnt. There are no impurities in my excretory system. Om Apanaya Swaha. My reproductive urinary system very healthy. They are not consuming any more prana. They are not diseased. They are very healthy. They are conserving the prana. So when I die, my prana will not go from there. Om Samanaya Swaha. I am consuming bare minimum food like a llama. How healthy my fire management is. How healthy my metabolism is. I consume bare minimum and maximum output. I am full of ATP. Full of ATP. Anytime positiveness and bubbling with energy 24/7. Anytime, even in the midnight. Someone came and told, oh, is it? Come on, let's go. Smile. Come on, let's go. Anytime ready. Anytime positiveness. Anytime energy. Whether it is the morning, whether it is the night, whether it is the evening. सुबह हो, शाम में हो, रात में हो, कभी भी एनर्जी है. Anytime positive. His oxygen management system, food management system, very healthy. इनकी इंजन की एफिशिएंसी बहुत अच्छा है. इनकी माइलेज जो दे रहा है, गाड़ी का माइलेज जो है ना, अरे बहुत कम का रहा है, इतना अच्छा माइलेज दे रहा है. जो गाड़ी अच्छा माइलेज देते हैं, कम फ्यूल कंज्यूम करते हैं, वो लंबा इनकी लाइफ होते हैं. जो गाड़ी ज़्यादा फ्यूल खाते हैं, the car which consumes more fuel, its life is too short. Sport car, for example. The most useless car is a sport car, which consumes the highest pure and highest expensive and so most expensive, useless engine it is. It will consume the highest amount of the fuel. And what is the lifespan? हर एक स्पोर्ट रेस में जो है ना, नया गाड़ी यूज करना पड़ता है. every race car event, it has to be a new car only. मालूम हो गया मतलब ज़्यादा कार है मतलब क्या है. आपकी वायु जो है ना, समान वायु है ना, असमान है, असमान. आपने ये जो मंत्र है ना, ऐसा पढ़ना है, ओम असमानाय स्वाहा. If all your systems are healthy, you consume less food, you consume less prana. That is the meaning of samanaya. Samanaya. Om samanaya swaha. Om pranaya swaha. For heart, it is the one which supplies oxygen everywhere. As I told you, poor heart, so what it will do? So whichever the cells demand more, whichever the cells are बीमारी हैं, whichever the kanajal जो बीमारी है, whichever the cells are, so having anabolic, whichever the cells are dying, whichever the cells are diseased, they consume more prana. Whichever the cells are at work, it consumes more prana. A cells abused, a cells overused, a cells misused, a cells never used, consume prana. Understood? Consume the prana. We deciding how much prana you have to inhale. We deciding your inspiratory value. We deciding your expiratory value. Who is deciding whether you are consuming 10 liters, 15 liters, 20 liters, 2 liters? Are you deciding? Your cells are deciding. Your cell health is deciding. First of all, understand what is prana, how to remove the pain. So what pain costs, how expensive the pain inside, inflammation inside, how expensive our metabolic disorder, in terms of the prana consumption, in terms of the engine efficiency, how much food we are consuming unnecessarily. Why are we consuming? Instead of strengthening our engines, instead of developing a robust aerobic mechanism pathways, so the human cell is designed to have infinite, so much of mitochondria. And now the mitochondria depletion is taking place. Now mitochondria we are killing, that's called a mitochondria fission. So mitochondria fusion is happening now. Mitochondria is dying. That is the root cause of all the diseases. There is no space for the mitochondria inside the cell. Now the research shows debris accumulated or anaerobic pathways are developed. इनका जगह नहीं है माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया. वो ऑक्सीजन जो उत्पत्ति करने का है, जो ऑक्सीजन जो हमारा एनर्जी सिस्टम है, सो सुबह से शाम तक जो एनर्जी होता है ऑक्सीजन का होता है. बिना ऑक्सीजन जो एनर्जी होता है 2 सेकंड का होता है, 10 सेकंड का होता है, वो फाइट और फ्लाइट का होता है. ऑल आवर एनर्जी ऑफ विदाउट ऑक्सीजन इज ओनली 2 seconds, 10 seconds, few minutes. If you want to bubble with the energy, it is oxygen. Which oxygen? Low resistance. Any resistance, any raise, you are raising the heart, that consumes more, it is also consuming oxygen, like an athlete. But you have to eat more oxygen you are consuming. So what is yoga system? Healthy system is zero resistance. As the resistance comes down, simple, as the resistance comes down, very simple, all your fitness, all your prana based on resistance. Your resistance, whatever you call, Angrezi, resistance, high resistance. Your mitochondria, 0. Your energy efficiency of producing ATP, very less. Sustainable energy, very less. Like Olympic medal, heavyweight champion, 350 kgs, all that, only 2 seconds, only 3 bouts, his energy is all about. पूरा दिन वो तक जाते हैं, वो मरते हैं, ऑलरेडी इनके हार्ट जो है बीमारी है. High resistance, as the resistance comes down, 0 resistance. Your exercise is decided, your fitness, which fitness you want, which energy system you want, it is based on resistance. 0 resistance, infinite ATP, infinite metabolic power, infinite abundance of oxygen. Abundance of oxygen. 24/7 energy system. Only 2 glasses of milk enough. 4 momos enough. First understand. 0 resistance. As the resistance increases, you become energyless. Your energy is only bouts. Only for limited time you will have energy. आपके जिम गोइंग है, आपकी ट्रेड मिल की जो है, all these exercises, at the end of the day, ज़्यादा वेट लिफ्ट करने वाला इतना जल्दी तक जाते हैं, इतना इनकी जो है टॉलरेंस है, सो इन्होंने परेशान होता है. ओह माय गॉड, इतना स्ट्रेस है वर्क. अरे वो जिम में वेट, वो इतना मस्कुलर है, वो सॉफ्टवेयर जॉब कर रहा है, वो जिम में वेट लिफ्ट कर रहा है और यू सी हाउ स्ट्रेस्ड ही इज इन द वर्क प्लेस. Oh my God, it is highly stressing my job is. Oh my God, my boss is like this, my subordinates are like this, and he is the one who gets exhausted and the one who reacts very quickly. If you अगर शादी करोगी ये बल्क मजिल वालों को, अगर हमेशा लड़ाई होना है, हमेशा आपको सुनना है, गाली सुनना है, तो ऐसा आदमी को शादी करना है. समझ में आया? क्योंकि वो इनके ऑक्सीजन नहीं है, उनका टेस्टोस्टेरोन है, इनकी जो है ना एनारोबिक मैकेनिज्म्स है, वो बल्क मजिल में एनारोबिक है, वो फाइट एंड फ्लाइट का मैकेनिज्म है उनका एनर्जी. वो फाइट फ्लाइट, बिना फाइट फ्लाइट वो रहेंगे नहीं रह सकते. फाइट और फ्लाइट. बॉस को देखे तो फ्लाइट, आपको देखो तो फाइट, घर में तो फाइट, ऑफिस में तो ये पूरा मजलिस काम नहीं करता बॉस का सामने. हर काम करे ना. रहता है क्या इनके जॉब? रहता है क्या? Entire yogic system is to achieve this. The day you achieve zero resistance, you are called yogi. You are called an enlightened person. There is no stress. Zero resistance means zero stress. Your DNA signals no more germ immortality, eternal immortality. You attained apo jyoti rasomrutam ब्रह्म वसुवरो. आपके जन्म जो है सार्थक हो गया, आपकी स्ट्रेस जीरो हो गया. बोले तो आप बिल्कुल कॉन्टेंटेड है, बिल्कुल हैप्पीनेस है. बस जब तक आपकी स्ट्रेस जीरो नहीं होता है, आप हमेशा ढूंढते रहते हैं हैप्पीनेस का. The one who searches for happiness outside will never be satisfied. It is ever increasing. You have to realize why you are empty inside, why you are happy, why you are searching for happiness, why you are not happy inside. Oh, it is stress, it is a desire, it is a stress. So if I make it zero, I am happy. Once you are happy inside, your search for happiness ends. हाँ कौन सा रेस्टोरेंट है ये वीकेंड को, हाँ कौन सा जगह है ये समर ट्रिप को जाने का, ये कहाँ जाए, ये कौन सा टेम्पल को जाना है, ये कौन सा शहर को जाना है, कौन सा मॉल को जाना है शॉपिंग करने का. ये क्या है? आप कितना खाली है अंदर. कितना एम्प्टी है आप, कितना दुख है बता रहा है. How unhappiness, how empty your happiness is inside, how stressed you are, it is indicating. Understand? बात वो है. Once you are happy inside, full to the brim, Purnamedam inside you are happy, full. Outside be, everyone you will love. You are happy, no? When you are in happy mood, anyone complains, anyone shouts at you, you won't react. What can I do, my dear wife? Don't worry. Why are you shouting, my dear wife? Don't worry. अरे क्या हो ना बोलो. हाँ क्या बच्चे, अरे क्यों ऐसा दुख हो रहा है, ऐसा क्यों परेशान हो रहा है. अरे when you are full of happiness, you are a God for everyone. That happiness, when it is less inside, you make everyone's happiness less. Simple. Very simple. बात वो है। अंडरस्टैंड? ये इनकी प्रिंसिपल क्या है? आप स्वस्थ रहना, आनंद रहना, शांत रहना, तो पूरा दुनिया आपसे आनंद रहेगा। इनको बोलते हैं योगी बोलते हैं, इनको दलाई लामा बोलते हैं, इनको लामा बोलते हैं, इनको बोलते हैं वो एनलाइटेंड बोलते हैं, इनको जीसस बोलते हैं, इनको प्रॉफिट बोलते हैं, इनको नानक बोलते हैं, इनको कबीर बोलते हैं, इनको पतंजलि बोलते हैं। मालूम है? समझ में आया? समानाय स्वाहा। When all your cells, no cell is demanding excess prana. No cell is demanding. No cell is burning more, using more. समानाय स्वाहा। ये पढ़ने का नहीं है जी। ये जो मंत्र जो होता है ना, हाँ, ये सुबह उठ के मंत्र पढ़ लिया, हाँ हो गया, काम हो गया। ये मंत्रांग है जी। ये अंदर की, ये दुनिया की मंत्रांग है, मैनेजमेंट है। मंत्र के मतलब क्या है? मंत्रांग है। ये यंत्र की मंत्रांग है, मैनेजमेंट है। कभी समझ में आया? कुछ किया, समान बनने के लिए कुछ किया, फिर क्यों दौड़ रहा है? कोई आपको अरे सचमुच में वे अनुभूति करे तो वही है ना, पतंजलि बता रहा है प्रमाण क्या होता है, किन से सीखना है। हाँ, अगर प्रमाण रहे विपर्य नहीं रहता है, अविद्या नहीं रहता है। सो प्रमाण किन से सुनना है? प्रत्यक्षानुभूति, प्रत्यक्षानुमान, आगम प्रमाणानि। The one who experienced it. योगा जो होता है अनुभूति करने का होता है, अनुभव करने की होता है, साधना करने की होता है, अनुभूति में लेके आने की होते हैं। ये कुछ पढ़ने की नहीं होता है जी। हमारे ये मंत्रांग जो होता है पढ़ने की नहीं है, करने की है। अंदर की दुनिया की संस्करण करने की है, संस्कार करने के होते हैं। It is to cultivate the world inside. The meaning of Sanskrit means culture, agriculture, cultivation inside the world. Where your oxygen is unnecessarily consumed. Samanaya swaha. Which cells are burning unnecessarily, overusing, misusing? What's the problem? How do I reduce in that particular system? How do I make it healthy? So, unequal consumption of the prana. So, few cells are consuming more, few cells are consuming less. Consuming cells will deprive the oxygen elsewhere. ये हमेशा भागते हैं। इनके घुटने के कनजाल क्या हुआ? मर गया। इतना यूज किया प्राण वायु को और बिगड़ गया, वो मर गया। मेरे घुटने चले गए डॉक्टर साहब, और मेरा थोड़ा कुछ दवा है तो दीजिए ना डॉक्टर साहब, तो मेरा घुटने रिपेयर हो गया तो फिर मैं भागता हूँ। क्या बोल रहा है? Doctor, my knee cells overused, running, they are died. They're dead. Then I go to the doctor, ask doctor, is there any medicine I can repair my knee cells so that, I will run again? What a wisdom. Understood. Yesterday only into my room, someone walked, my colleague. He's saying, sir, as you know, sir, you do yoga, sir. Every day, sir, I do brisk walking and I do jogging, sir. Now my both knees, sir, gone. So any nutrition, you are a nutrition specialist, sir. So, people come with the repair and, you repair them, sir, whatever you give. So it will work, sir. So, is there anything, sir, I can repair? And so, I can't stay without walking, without running, sir. So if you give me the medicine and if you give me the supplement, if I repair my knees, sir, I will, every day when I run, I will remember you. Whether I should cry, whether I should laugh. Is there any realization in it? अपने आप को मारना है, जो मर रहा है उनको और मारना है, छोड़ना है नहीं, अंतिम तक, until the death we should torture. They are dying, your body is telling they are dying, I want to further kill them and give them the life and kill them, give them the life and kill them. Understand? Samanaya swaha. I say, when I read mantra, I get laughter because the way people treat the one who is chanting this, is saying this. Sir, I want to, I want to run, I want to kill. Understand? Udanaya swaha. ये क्या है उदाहरण? So now you are using brain. अभी घुटने का चल गया, अभी ब्रेन का बात करो. We stopped working with the body long ago. अभी पूरा कमाल है साइंस की. We are not using the body for millions of years. This body is used for survival. Body is at work for livelihood. But now, body suddenly, now the DNA is surprising, the cell is surprising. So, without moving, the cell is sitting morning to evening. It thinks, is he hibernating? Am I in North Arctic or I am in South Arctic or Atlantic region? So why the cell is not moving? Because for millions of years, the cell is never at a rest. Cell is always in the movement. So it is like a Swiss watch, Swiss watch. This is Swiss watch. So Swiss watch, in a small movement enough. A small movement enough. It will work 28,800 vibrations, small movement. Even a small movement, whole day, days together it will work. 3 days it will work. Small movement enough. Your cell is designed, low resistance means small movement enough for your cell to generate enormous amount of energy, to bubble with the energy, small movement enough. अगर ये वॉच ऐसा ऐसा हर एक दिन ये ऐसा स्क्रू करना है, जब हर एक 12 घंटा, every 12 hours I have to wind this. So it is automatic watch, every small movement bus, and 3 days, 72 hours, almost 72 hours, working automatic. Are you automatic Swiss atom, more than a Swiss automatic watch, or are you that watch? हर एक 12 घंटा नहीं जी, हर एक 3 घंटा स्क्रू, कुछ तो डालना है. अभी सो थोड़ा स्ट्रेस बन गया. क्या है? कॉफी है. अरे क्या है सर, यार क्या स्नैक है? अभी क्या खाने का है? अरे सुबह नाश्ता इतना खाया ना जी. अरे अभी 2 घंटा में ऑफिस को गया, फिर सो समोसा का चक्कर में है और सो कॉफी का चक्कर में है. क्या हो गया? you had a good breakfast and you went to the office. Within no time you are searching for, where is my coffee? That Google fellow understood very well. That's why, he provided. So these fellows, such a energy inefficient, इसीलिए, so always, first thing, the success of Google is, he made first coffee available for you. First thing he made available is biscuits for you. Every 2 hours. It's the same coffee. So now Coke. मेरा बच्ची, so she is exercise physiologist. So test कर रहा है. उन्होंने एक बॉटल, so पूरा जो खाना खाने के बाद मॉनिटर कर रहे हैं, वो फिक्स किया सेंसर जो है ना एबॉट की, वो ब्लड ग्लूकोज की, एंड इन्होंने थम्सअप पिया 200 ml, वो छोटा बॉटल रहता ना, थम्सअप पिया. वो टेस्ट कर रहा है जी, साइंटिस्ट है. सो टेस्ट कर रहा है, वो थम्सअप पिया. सो 3 महीने में इतना टेस्ट किया, इतना चीज़ों से खाने की, सो इनके ब्लड शुगर जो है इतना बढ़ा नहीं. बट जब थम्सअप पिया तो इनकी ब्लड शुगर जो है ना एकदम ऐसे चले गया. अभी मुझे थोड़ा थम्सअप पीने के लिए मन हो रहा है जी. हाँ हो रहा है मन, क्योंकि आपके ब्लड शुगर जो है ना इतना कम हो गया क्या. मतलब वही है. फिर वो पीते ही इतना. आजकल जो है ना लेबर लोग भी जो कूली काम करते हैं, सो द पीपल, द लेबर्स हु रिपेयर द रोड्स, now they are carrying 2-liter Coke bottle and one side crowbar, and so one side 2 liters Coke bottle, and they are going because they found, because they poor people, they do not understand. They do, drinking that they get energy. But कितनी नुकसान है वो सोचते नहीं है. Like you people habituated for energy drinks. A shot of energy, a shot of glucose, a shot of aspartame, a shot of ATP, so a AMP, a shot of a chemical ready to burn. The moment you take, understand. Udhanaya swaha. Why your brain is signaling? As if you never ate breakfast, as if you never had a lunch, as if you never had. So, as if all weekdays you didn't eat. Weekend, kaun sa restaurant jana? Which restaurant I should run? Why your brain is signaling like that? Udhanaya swaha. Udhana means generous. Generous. Udhana means generous to the cells inside, nervous system inside, means your brain. Generosity to your brain to nurture it. So if the brain is consuming more, brain food is only carbs. Brain can't consume fat. So brain needs carbs. In fact, a yogi consuming little bit of carbs at that body, it is for the brain. Body can survive on fat in ketogenic state or in zero resistance. But even in zero resistance, your brain needs carbs. Udhanaya. Your nervous system consumes. Brain is all about firing the neurons, controlling nervous system. Whether you call central nervous system, autonomous nervous system, whether you call, volunteer nervous system, involuntary nervous system. Understand? And now we are using brain, and our brain is using, as it is by default, brain is the second largest organ that consumes our calories, our prana, oxygen. Now we are using only brain. We are not using the body, which actually charges the brain. So your every cell in the movement will charge the brain. Frankly speaking, it's connected. Every neuron, to activate every neuron, every cell is connected to the neuron. So you are programmed for millions of years like that. Suddenly your body is at zero and now your brain is at work. And what kind of, and stressed, your brain stressed, stress. You are demanding, you are using left brain, logical brain, you are using your brain, but are you providing the nutrition? So how many calories it is consuming? So you are overusing the brain, but are you providing those are you balancing those neurohormones, excitatory neurohormones, inhibitory neurohormones? The imbalance is sleeplessness, imbalance is stress, imbalance is search for happiness. It shows how stressed we are. It is all brain. Sukshma Sharira, forget. Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha is all about mind. Mind and intellectual perception, how you are processing the data, and we are using only the two minds now. We are using all our livelihood is only mind, brain related. And are you calm, quiet? Are you conserving prana at work, or are you consuming prana? Simple. The way you are bubbling with the energy in your job using the brain, or the way you are reacting to your work, the way you are getting tired using your brain. Understand? Simple. How much you are consuming? Why you are consuming? Actually, your body is at zero resistance, so you don't need any food. But why you have urge to take a coffee? Why you have urge to eat? Why you have urge to eat, dump more? So how inefficient udhana is, how inefficient the brain oxygen management, cranial nervous system is all about. How inefficient your parasympathetic system and how inefficient, how over-consuming your sympathetic system is. How your sleep is gone. How you are endangering you are not able to sleep, in fact, I tell you. Why? It is not able to rest. It is stressed. Understand? So, if you don't sleep, what happens? If you don't sleep 6 hours or 8 hours, you are using a brain. If you don't rest the brain for 6 hours, 8 hours, what you call deep sleep, a REM sleep or a non, if you don't sleep, what happens? If you don't give your vehicle for maintenance, you are using it every day, your vehicle, your car, you don't give for maintenance, how long your vehicle will run? I am asking you this question. So this body also is a vehicle. It is designed, called cortisol activity. Entire daytime, your fuel is cortisol. Cortisol is a stress. Your job. You are using this vehicle for your livelihood is a stress. This is called cortisol. Cortisol means daytime. This is called circadian rhythm, you should know that. Suppose the night period, this is you are using the vehicle. This is a period of using the vehicle with, like any species. So our cell is evolved based on circadian rhythm, day and night system. That is called biological clock. Biological clock is what called your metabolism. Understand, educate yourself, metabolism. What is your biological clock? Daytime clock, nighttime clock. What is your daytime? Daytime is called cortisol. You are using brain or a body. You are using brain, more cortisol produced than using a body. Understand? Then more you have used the vehicle, more you have used the vehicle. Morning to evening you are using the vehicle. with high speed, your software job, high speed, how long it will run? So you use more long you travel in a car, more you use, more speed you use, more maintenance required or not? Tell me. You have to give it for servicing or not? So night time is called melatonin. Night time is called repair, maintenance. Repair, maintenance, and regeneration, and detox, recycle and regenerate. All the jobs of maintenance are done in the night. When? Why it is night? In the night when you are in zero resistance. Why zero resistance is required? It is for this. You use the vehicle and you don't sleep and you don't achieve the zero resistance. Zero resistance is nothing but absence of sympathetic activity. That's called a sleep. Sleep is nothing but absence of sympathetic activity. In absence of sympathetic activity, these things will happen. Any sympathetic signal means in the night, the research shows, the sleep research shows in the night, just a glance of this LED screen, just a glance of the screen or a glance of time, just a glance of time. What is the time? Now in the night when you wake up, suppose you are watching it on a mobile phone, the blue rays emitted from the mobile phone or LED display to the eye, retina, it activated optic nerve and it affected the sleep. Even a glance of time on a LED screen in the night has affected the sleep, has disturbed the sleep pattern, has affected the sleep for 1 hour, 1.5 hours. Remember. So, now that's the trouble. That's a big trouble. Now you are not giving for your vehicle to repair, with the result गाड़ी ट्रबल देता है. अगर मेंटेनेंस को नहीं दिया क्या होता है? डिजीज, हाई ब्लड प्रेशर, व्हाट नॉट यू नेम इट, all your health issues. Today, whatever the disease you call, obesity you call, high blood pressure you call, so mental stress you call, sleeplessness you call, kidney you call, cancer you call, all these are called lifestyle diseases. All these are called metabolic disorders. All these are called inflammatory diseases. इनके मतलब क्या है? अपने आप को खुद मार दिया है. कोई मार दिया नहीं, कोई मारा नहीं, अपने आप को खुद. What do you mean by a metabolic disorder and inflammatory disease? You have killed yourself, no one else. You are the cause of your own disease. आपकी जीवन की विधान, व्यवहार, your own lifestyle is a cause of all your mess. ऐसा बोल ले तो परेशान नहीं होना. ये क्या गुरुजी है, प्यार से बात करना है. मैं तो पुराना ज़माना की पेरेंट है जी, मैं पुराना ज़माना की आदमी है. मैं पुराना ज़माना की जैसे ही सांप्रदाय जैसे ही बात करता हूँ. और क्या है? अगर आपको पैम्पर करे तो आप कितना नखरा करोगे. अभी देखो ना, आपके घर में बच्चे जो है ना, आपको स्टार्स दिखाते हैं, वो इतना छोटा बच्चे इनको जो चाहिए वो ऐसा एक्शन करते हैं और आपको पूरा बास्केट में डालते हैं, उनको जो चाहिए चॉकलेट हो, आइसक्रीम हो, सो वो ज़रूर मिलेगा उनको। वो इतना स्मार्ट है, आजकल जो जनरेशन है स्मार्ट चिप्स है वो। आप भी ऐसा ही है, इसीलिए हम ऐसे ही बात करना। सुने नहीं सुने, मेरा मतलब क्या है जी, बोलो ना। आपके पिताजी बोले तो नहीं सुने, आपके माँ बोले तो नहीं सुने, कम से कम इधर गुरु बोले तो सुनेगा बोल के। आप किसी को सुन रहा है क्या? Sir, biggest problem is my wife won't listen, sir. Sir, biggest problem is my husband won't listen, sir. Sir, biggest problem is my children won't listen, sir. The biggest problem is, no, sir, so my boss won't listen, sir. My subordinates won't listen, sir. एक्चुअली सांप्रदाय योगा क्या होता है? श्रुत सांप्रदाय होता है, सुनने के सांप्रदाय, सुनने के सीखने के सांप्रदाय होता है। इसीलिए आपको क्या ट्रेनिंग दे रहा है? मैं सुनने की ट्रेनिंग दे रहा है जी। सो फिर आपको पूरा परेशानी खत्म। सो फिर कंप्लेन नहीं करेगा, मेरा वाइफ नहीं सुन रहा है, मेरा पिताजी नहीं सुन रहा है, मेरा बच्चे नहीं सुन रहा है, पूरा परेशानी खत्म। आप जब सुनने लगे ना, सो वो बिगड़ गया है, सुनने की आदत चले गया है। पुराना जमाना, अरे हमारे बचपन में अगर हमारा माँ बाप कुछ बोले तो ओ माय गॉड, इतना डर के काम किया। एक बात करना, मेरा पिताजी का सामने, मेरा माँ के सामने बोले तो कितना दम रहना जी। अभी आपका बच्चे के सामने बात करने तो बोले तो आपको दम रहना। है ठीक नहीं है, सही बोल रहे हैं, नहीं बोल रहे। अभी कुछ वाइफ को बोलना बोले तो डरना, और आप बच्चे को बोलना बोले तो डरना, पिताजी के पेरेंट्स को बोलना बोले तो डरना। और भूल जाओ, अभी वर्क बॉस को कुछ बोल सकते क्या? सुनयाम देव, व्हाट इज लिसनिंग? अभी पूरा पढ़ाई में है, पढ़ाई से स्वभाव बदलते नहीं है, सुनने से बदलता है। भारत की एक विशिष्ट संप्रदाय, इंडियाज द ग्रेटेस्ट कल्चर इज लिसनिंग। नाउ कभी भारत में पुस्तक भंडार है, घर में कुछ पुस्तक का भंडार है क्या? बाहर की दुनिया की है, वो पढ़ने की होता है। इंडिया में कभी भी सुनना क्या होता है? सुनने से जल्दी सीख जाते हैं, बहुत फास्ट लर्निंग है बाय हियरिंग। रीडिंग is called parrot learning, only momentary, only short term memory it is. By reading, no change will come, very slow learning. That's why the yogic traditions are called listening traditions, sound traditions. Whose sound it is? Not reading tradition. Eyes are always closed. Only mind is at work. Third eye, wisdom eye, only starts developing only when you listen. Ordinary eyes closed. Ears are open. You are shaping your brain. Understand? Anyway, where are we? Udhanaya swaha. Brain consumes second highest level of oxygen by default. But now, all our work is related to the brain. Whether you are a student, whether you are working, if you are sitting on a chair in a chair and that is your job, I tell you, you are highly stressed. Number one is you need highest amount of rest. Number two is, okay, what is brain consuming, what you are consuming in the brain, whether you neural, how much oxygen, how to supply oxygen to the brain, what pranayamas you are supposed to do for the brain. Are you supplying to the brain special a special pranayamas to the brain. Are you doing that? Are you resting the brain? So which are the tools in yoga that will help? Udhanaya swa, to develop generous mind, conserve mind. To conserve prana for the brain is very, very important. That's why meditation, to rest the indriya, because they consume highest amount of oxygen. They create highest amount of the stress. Your sense doors, your mind, your taste, your processing. How you are processing it? Are you processing positively everything? Are you conserving? Are you focused? Or is your mind distracted? Suppose, so you run between these two walls like this, fast. How tired you feel? Your mind is running not between the two walls, 24/7. It is running around the world, for example. How tired it is. And when you run like this, how much oxygen it is you are consuming? How much oxygen your mind is consuming? If the mind is at rest, how much oxygen you can conserve? What are the tools to conserve the mental energies? To keep the mind at rest, to work it efficiently, to make it work efficiently. That is what yoga is all. That's what udhana is all about. Sarvam vyaptetam vyanaya swa. Every cell, metabolism, when it reaches to healthy, anayasa, anaya, vaya anaya means the spending of prana has become zero. Vya sarvam vyaptitam vyanayasva. When your cells are demanding, stop demanding prana, you are called a yogi. Om sarvam vyaptitam vyanayasva. Now, anatomy of what is involved in this? I told you other day, the bird respiration is all about muscles. Their muscles are absorbing oxygen. Feeding directly, called atria, their bronchi, their alveoli is called atria. The respiratory system of the bird is fascinating. But as I told you, our wings are cut off. Why our wings are gone? Why we stopped using the wings? Why they vanished? Use or lose. So we stopped using them. So we lost them. Simple. But why? Why we stopped using them? Have we become lazy? Why our tail vanished? Why our wings vanished? Tell me. So, because we developed the brain. What other species they don't have? We have evolved the brain. We started using the brain. So what it has to do, sir, with the wings? You are supposed to understand and use the muscles involved. You don't need a wings to use the muscles. That's what your wisdom is. You have to use the muscles. You have to use the muscles involved in breathing, in keeping your lungs healthy. Are you using your muscles? Which muscles involved in which process? Tell me. What is your inhalation called? Which muscle it is contracting? Which muscle it is expanding? What is called exhalation? Which muscle is contracting? Which muscle is expanding? What is called forced inhalation? What is called forced exhalation? Why I should breathe? Am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? Why forced? Why slow inhalation? Why? Why am I doing? Why slow inhalation? Why slow exhalation? Why? Why forced inhalation? Why Agnisara? Huh? Why? Huh? What muscles involved? Time is getting up, isn't it? What muscles involved? Which muscle is called inhalation? Which muscle called exhalation? So, inhalation is called involvement of intercostal muscles. Exhalation is called involvement of diaphragm muscle. Exhalation is nothing but a diaphragm muscle, involvement of diaphragm muscle. Diaphragm muscle. Why inhalation? Exhalation is longer than inhalation. Simple question. Why exhalation is longer? Why it should be longer than inhalation? Than inhalation. Fundamentals. Tell me. Inhalation is contraction of diaphragm. Expansion of intercostal. Exhalation is expansion of diaphragm muscle. Diaphragm is a muscle. Diaphragm. Contraction of intercostal muscle. So what? Can diaphragm can contract quickly, but can diaphragm expand quickly? It cannot expand quickly. The time it takes to expand is 2 times to 3 times more. That's why your exhalation is longer. Are you sure your exhalation is longer than your inhalation? If exhalation is not, if you are not conscious, if your exhalation is not longer, then what are you doing? Your residual volume increases. Your CO2 increases. If the CO2 increases, CO2 is heavy. Number 1. Number 2, CO2 increases. अभी 4 आदमी सांस अंदर ले रहे हैं, ऑक्सीजन आ रहा है, सांस बाहर जा रहे हैं, ऑक्सीजन जा रहे हैं, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड ज़्यादा जा रहा है, ऑक्सीजन कम जा रहा है. When you are inhaling, oxygen is coming in. When you are exhaling, carbon dioxide going on. How many times carbon dioxide is more in exhalation? Four times more in your exhalation. Now all of 10 people sitting in one room. 10 people sitting in one room. पूरा बंद किया, डोर्स पूरा क्लोज किया. You closed all because ठंडा है बाहर जो है ना, It is all close outside, outside very close. So all of us, and further kya hai na, and now I put on the fire inside the home. And all four of us, and today is a party, my birthday party, all my friends came and everything closed outside. And all of us, say 10 people, now 20 people inside the room, inside your home. How much time it will take? So what is your CO2? Each one of us we contribute. How many liters? What is the temperature that arises in a theater? What is the temperature that arises in closed doors as the number of people increases? CO2 is because the CO2 temperature बढ़ रहा है. एक जो है, okay, your residual value inside increasing. What increases? CO2 inside increases. When you don't exhale properly, CO2 increases. CO2 increases मतलब क्या है? Sir, why my hair is going, sir? Guruji, my hair fall, Guruji, I don't know, Guruji, why my hair fall, huh? You are doing software job, huh? गुरुजी कौन सा ऑयल यूज़ करना गुरुजी, कौन सा सीरम यूज़ करना गुरुजी. पहला जो है ना, अच्छा सान छोड़ने के लिए सीखो. The CO2 accumulated default actually 2 to 2.5 liters. Here our residual value. Default. But now when you are working in your job, it is found, research shows it is as much as 3.5 to 4 liters, your CO2. Your brain is getting heated up completely. Your body is getting heated up. Completely your system is going dehydrated. Pani bhi nahi peete. On the top you drink Coke, dehydrate. On the top you drink coffee. Huh? Understand? If you are CO2, if you don't exhale, just simple principle I am explaining you. प्राणायाम बाद की बात है. फिर ये CO2 को कैसे छोड़ देना? How the CO2 can be completely expelled, Guruji? I want to grow my hair, Guruji, pahla. You tell me, Guruji, how to grow my hair. Then learn pranayama, join in our course. What can I tell? A athlete, have you seen? A cyclist, athlete. Which muscle is involved? Yes, Guruji, I want to make my residual volume half a liter, 0.5 liter only. I want to feel my lungs full of oxygen only. Even I don't want 1.5 liters, which is designed. I want only half a liter CO2 in my lungs. So which pranayama I should do? I want to experience coolness in my body. So which muscles? Muscles involved. Muscles involved. Which muscles? Whether my CO2 is more, whether my CO2 is less, now watch. मेरे पेट को मत देखो, क्योंकि हम हिमालयास में जाके बहुत खाना, उधर बहुत ठंडा रहते हैं ना, सो पूरा लोगों के साथ हम खाना पड़ा. इसलिए थोड़ा पेट ज़्यादा हो गया. सो 1 महीने के बाद देखना. क्या है ना, हिमालयास में सो हमको आदत नहीं है ना, सो हम पूरा लेके जाते हैं. और हिमालयास में क्या है ना, वो ठंडी मौसम रहते हैं ना, हम रेगुलर में बहुत कम खाते हैं. उधर जो है ना, सो बच्चे क्या कर रहे हैं, वो देखने के लिए देखा. ये मजिल जो है ना, देख रहे हैं, मैं जिम को जा रहा है क्या, ये मजिल से लिफ्ट करने के, मजिल है नहीं, हाँ, और मजिल चले गए पूरा जो है. देख रहे हैं ये बॉडी कैसे है, हाँ, कसरत करने के जैसे है क्या? मैं कसरत कर रहा हूँ क्या? देखो ना, my can you see the muscles? Trapezius. Shape of the muscle, can you see? Clearly, can you see? Can you see the shape of the muscles? अभी देखो, किसके लिए देख रहा है? देखो, देखो मैं मेरे मसल्स को देखो, क्लैविकुलर, you observe my neck muscles, observe my upper trapezius, observe कितना ऊपर गया, observe front, have you seen the muscles? exhale करना है, देखो देखो, देखो मसल देखो, which muscles? All these muscles, your clavicular muscles can force the clavicular. Your clavicular muscles have to be involved. देखो, ऐसा कभी कोई थक जाता है, कभी कोई साइकिलिंग किया है, दौड़ के आया है, क्या बोलते हैं, क्या करते हैं? भाई ये क्यों हो रहा है? ये कौन सा प्राणायाम है? क्यों कर रहे हैं ऐसा, कुत्ता जैसे? I'm making my CO2 automatically, body trying to throw the CO2, moving your clavicular muscles, forced it increased the clavicular muscles in order to make your carbon dioxide bare minimal. Understand? Forced exhalation. If you involve your clavicular muscles, then only it will work. The objective of Vastrika, Kapalabhati, there are so many kinds of whatever you call. The breath. So in fact, all this, so many respiratory techniques you can practice. There are, why? Vibhaga Pranayama. Sectional breathing. What do you mean by sectional breathing? Exercising intercostal muscles, exercising diaphragmatic muscles, exercising clavicular muscles. In which breathing, in which pranayama, which muscles to be involved? Which muscles involved? Are you following natural muscle movement or are you creating a new muscle movement? Understood? Understood? Today what is a great lesson you learnt. Otherwise you will never learn. Pranayama prakrutika. Prakrutika. Why the hands are moved like this? Vibhaga pranayama. Mudras pranayama. Om Shikhaya Vashat. Om Shikhaya Vashat. Om Shikhaya Vashat. Om Shikhaya Vashat. Why? We call this Karanyasa, Anghanyasa. What do you mean by? Why these mudras? Why these mudras? Why these mudras? This is called anterior breathing. This is called posterior breathing. This is called superior breathing. This is called superior breathing. This is called inferior breathing. Why? Understand? So pranayama, as you think, there is a great science behind it. Understand? Urdhvagati pranayama, madhyagati pranayama, adhagati. A pranayama involved clavicular muscles. Pranayama involved intercostal muscles. Pranayama involved diaphragmatic muscles. Understand? It is not to show. It is to show how the rib cage. This is called pump handle movement. How my rib cage is moving. How my rib cage is moving. It is not. So, it's not that about Nauli or it's not about Agnisar. All that I can show, but the thing is, it is not showing. It is the question is how to do it scientifically, how to respect your anatomy, how to understand the muscle movement. Is it really happening or not? So it should become a habit in your breathing. Morning to evening, automatically, your muscles should be respected. Their natural movement, you should not be doing against their movement. But in general, we are doing against. With the result, inflammation. With the result, excess pranayama, excess consumption of prana. Understood? So, with this introductory classes, 2 classes I have given you, isn't it? For sure you learned a great deal, isn't it? But understand, yoga is all about, if I don't keep it here, you can't listen properly, isn't it? So what is a way to expel the CO2? Which muscles have to be involved? Understood? ये माइक लगाने में ना थोड़ा नीचे, ये तो गलती होता है ना, फीमेल्स नहीं करते, यू नो. तो घर में तो क्या है ना, माय वाइफ आते हैं, यू नो, मुझे बटन नहीं डालने देते जी घर में, यू नो. सो वो आते हैं, सो वो शर्ट देते हैं, पहनना है, ऐसा ऐसा पहन लो, ऐसा पकड़ते हैं, फिर हाथ घुसाना है, फिर ऐसा बच्चे के जैसे ट्रीट करते हैं. क्या करना है, इनकी प्यार है, वही बोल रहा है. आपकी बीवी ऐसा प्यार कर रहा है क्या आपको? बहुत दूर है गुरुजी. आप बात ही नहीं करते हैं. So this introductory classes, I am grateful to Indian Yoga Association. I am grateful to all the viewers. आपने करुणा कटाक्ष दया दाक्षिण्य हमको आदरण किए हैं, आप लोगों ने सुने हैं. बहुत बहुत आपके प्रति कृतज्ञता, आपके प्रति बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. एक संप्रदाय होता है, ये योग की एक महोन्नत संप्रदाय है. अपने को स्वस्थ और आनंद, एक परमात्मा परब्रह्मा तक, अल्लाह को या होली स्पिरिट बोले, पहुंचने की एक रास्ता है. यही रास्ता है, एक विधान है, ये टेक्नोलॉजी है. योगा इज द टूल, इज ए व्हीकल for us to take to that level of conserved state of energy, making our stress zero. Thank you so much for tuning into these introductory classes. I request, try to join our online course. If you are eligible for free, you can join for free. If you are not eligible for free, because we have limited resources, if you are not eligible to join for free, I tell you, it is a must. Know where you get educated. These are the technologies, a must for every yoga teacher, for everyone to stay healthy. If at all you are in the teaching line of yoga, I tell you, you must be educated. Otherwise, as I told you, you may be doing more harm. Understand? Yoga is always greatest science, absolute science. They have used very sophisticated scientific language in those days. Now, the same sophisticated language of this science can make you understand that vocabulary. That linking is called done by a guru, time to time. Vocabulary of Kruta Yuga different. Vocabulary of Treta Yuga different. Vocabulary and strategies of Dwapar Yuga by Krishna different. Strategies of Rama different. Strategies of Yajnavalkya or Shiva or Nachiketa or Bhrigu different. They used contemporary science for contemporary problems using the dharma, that's called wisdom. Always understand. The one who experienced it will explain you, will connect you with known to unknown. That's what a guru is all about. Guru Shishya Parampara is all about. When we say Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Majamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. All that began with that great sound of the Shiva. Understand? Time to time, restored by the great yogis. And we are lucky. Still, we have access to all those original technologies. Because of the grace of gurus, Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Param Sarvesham Swasthir Bhavatu Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May you all be healthy, happy, long-lived. Shatayushman Bhava, Chirayushman Bhava, Ayushman Bhava, Swasthir Bhavatu. Namaste.